All right. We get so annoyed when we're sold to constantly online. And yet, as business owners, we know we need to sell in order to make a living and to help the clients who need us most. So, where's the middle ground between selling and receiving the sale in a way that feels good? I have Ingafay here, and she's going to talk to us about that and a number of other different things pertaining to how we can show up authentically and really feel good about what we're doing in our business through sales. Now, Inga, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why this sort of authentic strategy matters for you and for all of us in our business?
Yes, well, thanks for having me, Shauna. I'm super excited to be here with you all today. My name is Inga Faye. I'm an authenticity strategist, and I primarily work with female entrepreneurs with introverted tendencies. Now, I'm sure that some of you, when you hear that, you're probably raising your hand. And that was one of the reasons why I say it that way, introverted tendencies, because for whatever reason, being an introvert has a bad rep. And I just want you guys to know that it's cool to be an introvert. We are able to do some amazing things as an introvert that an extrovert will not be able to do. So I want you to rock who you are within and be proud of your God given attributes. And that's really one of the things that I really like to share with my clients as well as my audience. And now with you guys, that it's okay to be you. I think we spend so much time trying to be like somebody else because we think they're cooler than we are. But at the end of the day, we were made this way and we were made wonderfully and fearfully. And as a result of that, we should just rock who we are and just be in tune with who we are as a person. My slogan is do you boo. So now that you know a little bit about me, let's talk a little bit about this sale process. So, as entrepreneurs, we have a product or service that we want to sell to folks, right? And the folks on the other side, they have a need that they are trying to overcome or find something that will fill that need for them. So, we have this happy medium, but for whatever reason, we get kind of tangled up on trying to figure out how to talk to one another. And one of the things that I have found that have really, really helped me when it comes to interacting with people and determining if they are my true person or my ideal client is asking questions. I think that's part of the lost art when it comes to sales. We have this notion that everybody is our customer. And as a result of that, we feel like we should talk to everybody about it. Now, Shauna just came in, so she's feeling me. I know she's feeling me. She has something to say. So come on, say it, girlfriend.
I'm popping in because truly I first of all I wanted to let you know and let everybody else know that I and you all, if you were joining us through video and not just through the audio of Spotify, then I pointed at myself for introvert, and a lot of people think, what?
Yeah,
Shauna's not
I
an
get that too. I
right?
get that too, girl.
I'm an
Yes,
outgoing introvert. When I'm on, I am on. But when I'm off,
exactly.
you better watch out. So I love that you said that. It totally resonates. And I think you're absolutely spot on. Now, also, this idea of starting questions as an introvert, I think that that's going to be a really interesting kind of direction that we can go as well, because I know that a lot of introverts, they don't want to necessarily start
Ask
the
question.
conversation.
That's
They
right.
don't want to sit there in small talk.
Exactly.
So I
And I
think this
totally get I
I'm
totally get that.
awkward right here. Hello,
Yeah.
awkward turtle. Like I can't.
Yeah, and I
So
can tell you
this is
guys, I am that way too. I am an engineer by training. So awkward, yeah, is the thing. I am a person that in the beginning of my sales career, I kind of pushed myself. I literally spent tons of energy trying to make myself an extrovert because that's what I had all around me. That's who was mentor me, or I can't talk today, was my mentor. My mentor was an extrovert, so I was trying to be a replica of
mm,
her.
mhm.
And at the end of the day, it never made me feel good. And I spent so much time trying to be something that I was not, that by the time I did what I was supposed to do, it was just like, I got to do that again.
Yeah,
Really?
that's it. And I like that initially you had said instead of spending time, you said you had spent so much energy. Because a
Yes.
lot of times that is the definition of being an introvert is when you're putting yourself out there, the time is irrelevant. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 2 hours, but in the end, it's the energy depletion that is
Yeah.
so much faster in those social dynamics.
Right. Right. So I'm pretty sure for those of you that are introverts, that are entrepreneurs, that you're very passionate about whatever you sell, your product or your service, right? And you're outgoing with people that you know, correct? That's a thing for us too.
Yeah,
And you love to talk to you love to talk about your product or service with the people that you know. It's just the cold outreach that you really struggle with. Am I hitting the buttons here, right?
you got it.
So, what I have found to be the perfect icebreaker is a survey, because a
Ooh,
survey allows you to feel real, it allows you to feel authentic, and it allows you to build genuine connections with folks that convert into sales over time. And I want to say it that way. We're not looking for a sale today, because I think that's many of us get caught up in that. We're looking to develop a relationship that actually transpires into a sale over time.
yes. Relationship formation. That's like asterisk that. If anybody's taking notes, which you should be, asterisk that.
Yes,
You're forming relationships and you're starting conversations through those
exactly.
relationships.
Through the
Yes.
relationships. Yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
Now, I know that you have your system and it's a three-part system. And so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that first part with the survey is that ask part.
It is the ask part. Yes.
All right. Can you
And
tell
you're
me a little bit more
asking,
about that?
yeah, so you're asking to find out if the person in front of you, or the person that you're talking to, or the person that you're connecting to on social media is your person. But you're just like you just said, Shauna, you don't want to sit here and go back and forth asking people tons of questions, right? You want a quick and easy way to find out if that's your person. Okay. So that's what I recommend, is doing a survey. And you may think, well, Inga, I don't know how to do the survey. I got you, because I have a DIY course called the Savvy Survey System that allows you to create a survey in less than an hour without the learning curve that I had to do to create it, and the pitfalls and the trials and tribulations and the headaches that I went through to create it. So you're able to do this quickly. And that would be the first step. So you're able to ask people what they want instead of assume that you have what they need. That is the first step of the process.
Because you know what they say about people who assume.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we won't go there. But you know what they say. We already said that. Yeah.
so yeah,
And
ask them.
ask
Hey,
them.
can we find out if we'd be a good fit to work together, to
Exactly.
collaborate together, to
Yes.
because there are a lot of different ways to be a good fit for someone. So I'm assuming that oh dear. I feel like one of
Yeah,
those
you
old
walk right into
commercials.
that one,
I should have
You
had a
walk.
V8. Man, oh man. Holy Hannah. These questions, I'm just gonna let that we're gonna water under the bridge.
No,
Okay,
it's all
so
good. It's all good. No, but that's what you
we're
want to do, because
we're finding that
it's
out first and
right.
foremost with the
Finding
survey.
that out, finding out if they're your person. And I think that's a
Awesome.
key step, because if you think everybody is your person, you're serving no one.
Yeah. Taylor Swift sang about that. It's originally an Aristotle quote, but that's all right.
Yeah,
It's just try if when you know, you know.
that's right.
So
That's right.
okay, so that's the first step. So you've put out this survey. You're finding out, you know what? This person checks quite a few of the boxes. I think we should continue this conversation. What's next?
Right. So first, and one thing I do want to make sure that I say, in the midst of this, I think oftentimes as entrepreneurs, we have a tendency to want this one-on-one type of interaction. And when I say one-on-one, we are the business. We may be working with another business to make a sale, or we may be working with a person or a client to make a sale. And we're only thinking about one sale.
Mm-hmm.
But when you build collaborations with people, it's not a one and done sale. it's sales that come over time and are repeat sales because they are sharing you with their inner circle.
And
That
that's
Yeah,
the value of the
and
relationship.
that's the value of the relationship, not the one and done interaction. So when you think, I want you guys to really think, when you're interacting with people, don't think, okay, I'm trying to sell the person in front of me, because that person may not buy from you. But it's almost like that Verizon commercial. We have all of these people. That one person has their network, or the people that they can interact with. Think about those people that you could be serving too. Because if you discount the person in front of you, you're not going to talk to that tribe of other folks that they got, that they could share with you as a result of you making that positive, genuine connection.
Beautiful. Wonderfully said. That's we're going to take that and we're going to put it in our back pocket, and every time we go into a conversation, we're going to take it out and look at that. Okay, everyone?
Right. For
That's what we're
sure.
going to do first. Okay, I love that. I love that. So we've asked, and I know, because this is you have a very, I really love your system. I love the way you've broken it down. I find it's really easy. So the first is that ask and not assume, and then
Right.
we move on to the next step. Can you
And
tell us
then,
a little bit more about that?
yeah, so the next step then is to assist and not annoy. So what does that mean? Well, they filled out this survey for you. So they've told you some of their struggles, some of their woes that they're really trying to overcome. So now, as a result of you knowing what they need, you can provide what they need with your product or service, if your product or service is going to solve that need.
Mm.
Okay. And then if your product or service doesn't satisfy that need, because of all of these connections and relationships that you've developed in the meantime and between time, you may have someone in your network that you could refer to them. So that's again the collaboration piece of it as well. So you're not just doing business for yourself. You're also, because you have these collaboration partners that you've interacted with, you're helping them do business as well. And you talking about somebody that's going to be super excited about helping you grow your business as a result of you helping them grow theirs. Oh my gosh. This is like the best thing since sliced bread. They're going to be all about helping you. Do you know Ingafay gave me XYZ person, and she ended up being like the ideal person for me? Oh, I got to support Ingafay now. It's just like, oh my gosh, I got to get, what can I do? How can I be of value to you? That's the kind of things that you'll hear and you go, really? They want to help me out? All I did was give them a referral, but you provided value for them. You were really helping them. You weren't trying to sell them. You were really realizing that entrepreneurship is a team sport. And
And
as a
it's and
result of,
it's a trifecta, which is really
exactly,
cool,
that's
because now
right.
the person you referred has said, wow, she's provided me value in giving me the solution I needed, even though it wasn't
It was
her.
hers.
Right.
Exactly.
And then the person you referred to is now going, yes,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, exactly. So you got two people.
that.
That's your
And that's
cheerleader now.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You cannot put a price, because I mean, we talk about marketing all the time, and word
Hmm.
of mouth marketing is still the most effective way. If you can
Oh,
make a
for
referral,
sure.
that person is way more likely to convert than a person who just stumbles upon you on the internet.
Exactly.
So
Because
that's
that no like trust factor has
Mhm.
already been created. you
Right.
you you don't have to you don't have they don't have to read your emails, or they don't have to see you on social media a whole bunch of times to really get you.
Yeah.
You have somebody that's already told them, oh, this is the person for you. And then you show up and really help them. Oh my gosh, you might as well, I mean, it's just like night and day. That's
Yeah.
how you want it to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's and two, I mean, this whole step is all about helping them, assisting
That's
them, and
exactly.
not annoying them. And so
Exactly.
I want to kind of like touch on that little area too, because we talked about how they shared with you some of their struggles through this survey. And so being mindful, because we come from a place that is human centered, they were just very vulnerable with you in
Right.
sharing with you these experiences. And so in, instead of poking the bear, so to speak, we're trying to be helpful. We're trying to guide them and direct them. And so that not annoying them bit is to allow them the space to kind of move through the
Exactly.
process that they had to experience while sharing these vulnerable parts of themselves to you, and understanding that that can be an act of patience
Oh yeah, it
on
is.
your end, a
It is.
patience, empathy, and understanding, and just giving that space while still keeping in touch. So after kind of illustrating that, what would you suggest then? Because this is something that pops up a lot for my clients after they've marketed, they've got somebody in their space, and now we're starting to nurture in much the same way as you're describing here. What is an ideal wait time to give them the time to process, to touch base without annoying?
Well, I think it goes back to the first step. You ask them. You're developing a relationship with them. So over time, you found out this is your person. They told you what they want, and they may have said to you, well, Inga, this is just not a good time for me. So you ask them, so can I follow up with you in a month, or would you like longer? Than just ask them what they want. And then that way you're truly able to really genuinely connect with them, because you're asking them what they want, and then based on what they tell you, you're going to actually follow through and do it. So it's not really a cookie cutter kind of situation. It's you're talking to them individually, and then you're able to really connect with them and do what they ask of you. One of the things I think of this whole process that we're talking about, I think it's very similar to dating. I call it dating our leads.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet somebody, like when I met my husband, he didn't come up to me, or I didn't come up to him and say, will you marry me? And I think so many times as salespeople, that's what we do. That's why we're annoying, and people don't want to be around us, because they were thinking, you're asking me to marry you and I don't even know nothing about you. I know nothing about you. We haven't dated, we haven't hung out. I haven't even found out if you're truly my person. And at the end of the day, that's what really nags us, because I'm thinking, you're telling me you got the best thing since sliced bread, but how do you know that's even what I need? You haven't talked to me to know that's what I need. You just maybe saw my profile on social media and thought, oh, she's a course creator. She probably needs a system that's an all in one system. How do you know I don't like what I already have? You haven't asked me that. You just assume that you have somebody that's a course creator that needs your XYZ system. So that I think that's really important for us to do that. Just like you said, give people that space. Date your leads. Let them marinate. I like to say that as well. Just like we do with our food. Food is so much better, isn't it, after we marinate it? Isn't it?
Mm. I'm
It
I
has
am
so
here.
much more flavor,
I
doesn't it?
am here for this. I am tired of the bland, boring food. I am
Uh,
here for flavor.
yeah,
Yes.
we want some flavor
That's
in our life.
right.
Yes, we
That's right.
do.
And I mean, and that is a really great definition of having, and if anybody's interested, I had this conversation actually a few weeks ago, all about the difference between your ideal client and your dream client.
Right.
And this is the process by which you switch over and actually find out if this is your dream client, somebody who's really there and ready to be served by you, truly.
Right.
I,
Right.
I think that's really, really important. I love that. I love that so much. I had another thought, but I just got so distracted by food. Um, I love it. That's perfect. Okay, so we're not annoying people because we're asked. Oh, you know what? I just thought of the thought about being clear, about being direct and asking, being transparent. I just wanted to make a little side note for anybody who has read Brené Brown's Dare to Lead. If you want to
Mm,
be an effective leader, if you want to really stand true in leading in an inclusive and progressive way, then you need to be clear and transparent. Brené writes about this all the time. So this isn't just coming from Inga, even though this is profound information. This is actually coming from research and psychology, and like, if you haven't read anything by Brené Brown, you need to. She's done so much extensive research. And this is it. Being clear and direct will jump over so many hurdles
right.
that beating around the bush creates. So
Yes.
yeah, asking, hey, you know what? Can I follow back with you in like 2 weeks or whatever it is?
Yeah.
And
Whatever.
if they
Yeah.
say
If
no,
two
say,
weeks is
okay, when
yeah.
would it work?
Yeah, when would be best for you? I
Yeah.
mean, because like right now, we're kind of, people have been in this vacay mode, right?
Yeah.
For the last 3 months, we're in the summertime. Most people, all they thinking is vacay. And I've had people tell me, girl, this is not really a good time for me right now. I got stuff going on. Can you follow up with me in a couple of months? I mean, they tell me that.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do? I'm going to do what they said do. But for whatever reason, we may be pressured to get a sale, or something is
Mhm.
going on, and we follow up with them too soon, and then we wonder, well, why did they get upset? Because they told you what they wanted, and you failed to listen to them. So why would
Mhm.
they do business with you? You know?
That's it. Why would you listen to them while they're a client of yours if you're not going to listen to them before?
Exactly.
And you come off as desperate.
Yes, you do.
So take a step back. And I guess that's kind of moving into the next phase there where you're talking about attracting versus attacking.
Tracking, exactly. Exactly. That you want to attract your leads to you. Attraction comes by asking and showing and providing value, and not just trying to sell somebody the product or service that you provide. That you really genuinely want to help them solve their problem. As entrepreneurs, we are problem solvers. That is our number one I won't say primary function, but that is our number one objective, is to solve a problem. When we solve problems, we make money. And we also have to realize that there is a buying process, that only 1% of the people that we're interacting with are ready to buy today. We have people that are in this marinate type of mode, that we want to nurture to convert into that raving fan or client that we have on our team, who will bring us even more clients if we give them our space. So it's just a matter of continuously providing people value and finding out what they need. And I promise you that the reciprocation of that process is going to work in your favor. But you have to do it consistently. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You can't do it for 2 weeks and say, Ingafay, I tried what you did, what you told us to do, and it didn't work. It's going to take longer than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. It's all about, we're going back to a little bit of food here. In gardening, it's all about planting the seeds,
Exactly.
right? That's
Exactly.
it. You plant the seeds, they're going to come up in like 3 months. They're not going to come up in 2 weeks.
Right.
It's just the way it
Right.
is.
Yep.
I really love that. Now, I'm going to ask you, because we are coming to a bit of a close here. Is there anything extra? I mean, I know we've gone through the difference between asking and assuming, assisting and annoying, and attracting versus attacking. And these are really interesting. I wanted to call them steps, but I want to actually say that it is more of a cycle that you're
Yeah.
going to run through on repeat with all the people who you're interacting with. And I really love that. Is there anything additional that you'd like to share? And also, of course, let people know how they can get in touch with you.
Sure. So the thing that I like to share, because I call this my A game, what we're going over right now. And the last step that we haven't talked about is creating abundance through adversity. And it's very simple to what Shauna just mentioned, is the pure fact of that you're going to have to keep tweaking and repeating this process. And I promise you that it's going to work out. You just have to stay the course. And I think it's oftentimes that we think that we want this 3-minute microwave blessing in a minute. Okay. But we have to make sure that we're following the process, and continuing to grow and expand our business, to really meet new people and interact with new people. And you'll have some of those people that are a part of that 1% that we talked about, that is ready to buy from you. And of course, if they're ready to buy and you got what they need, go all about it. But you have to realize the majority of the people that you interact with are going to be in that marinate stage, where you're going to have to date them a little bit. And then after you date them, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. But you're going to gain that abundance through that adversity, through the process of building. So I'm so excited that Shauna had me here today. If any of this resonated with you, by all means, I would love to connect. One way you can get in touch with me is to text the word introvert to 251 250 0995. I'll say that again. Text the word introvert to 251 250 0995, and you can connect with me there. That's my text service. And then also, you can also connect with me via my website, which is ingafay.com. And that's INGAFAY.com. G-A-F as in Frank, A-Y.com. That has all of my social media handles there, as well as my course that I mentioned about the surveys. And then also my coaching program, which is the Relationship Accelerator method that will allow you to connect with me in a group as well as a one-on-one setting where we teach you how to cultivate a rich environment, build authentic relationships, and truly be able to nurture to convert your clients and leads to raving fans. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. Go to my website or text or get in contact with me via my text service.
I love it. I love it so much. I am definitely going to be checking that out, seeing what you're doing in those spaces, and as always, following you because we have been connected for quite a while. So
Yes, we have.
if you haven't connected, do so. Ingafay is amazing, and she's always sharing something fun and exciting and thoughtful. So definitely connect. With that, thank you so much, Inga, for joining me on this conversation because I have already, I mean, I'm in this space already, but this gets the wheels turning. It makes you think about things in a little bit of a different way. And I
Yes.
think that's what everybody needs right now. And that's why we're breaking business barriers because we're starting to turn the tables. Thank you for being a part of that.
Thank you for having me.
We will chat soon.